Okay, Markus, thank you so much for organizing this panel about verticals and in particular in transportation. It's clearly one of the highlights for 5G, everyone says that. What are the main takeaways? What you think really are the key conclusions from this panel?
Yeah, I think we have a really mix of business cases, of spectrum discussions and technical issues. Of course, the standard LTV release 14 is finished. That's nice, and it works for many use cases. We still have to sort out how much spectrum do we need, what are the spectrum usage rights, and here we need also, I would assume, more flexibility from the operator side to allow more flexibility in spectrum usages, but also from the car OEM side to accept radio as essential driving functions. So we need to bring together the two guys, the operators, the owner of the spectrum, and the car makers, the owner of the cars. And we need, of course, to work harder to overcome these barriers in 5G, for instance, in 5GP, then also in 3GP, in ETSI, ETSI. So we have a lot of work in front of us, and I assume that we need now to work this out, that we have the solutions on the market maybe in 5 to 10 years. For example, the spectrum requirement always needs 10 years that you identify the spectrum, that you fight for the spectrum, also usage rights for spectrum, and then maybe 10 years later you can use the spectrum for ITS applications. So we have to start right now. Maybe we are even too late, because we have heard from many car makers that by end of the next decade, many cars will be automated or semi-automated. And we need now to hurry up that 5G becomes a part of the driving functions of the next generation cars in the next decade. So this is one of the major important topics we see nowadays also in this conference, but also in all these organizations.